Bismillahir-Rahmanir-Rahim. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum. I am not the board manager, I am the board member. Anyway, till 18th century, only 5% of the world population was living in the cities. Most people lived in the rural areas, on riversides that their food needs are met. However, after the first industrial revolution, which took place in 18th century, and the steam engine was invited, people started moving from rural areas to the urban areas. The second industrial revolution broke out in the 19th century with the invention of electricity, and the result being more and more people migrated from rural to urban areas. This tendency increased by the third industrial revolution, which took place in 20th century, as a result of the development in the field of computer and internet, which came to be known as the digital revolution. This increased the internal migration to the cities. Our cities are now home to more than 50% of the world population, and the cities are expanding. According to the UN estimates, by 2050, this number would increase to 70%. Much of this increase in urbanization would take place in the continents of Africa and Asia. Managing of continuously expanding cities with traditional means would not be possible. This poses a mega challenge to the urban designers and the city managers. To meet the need of the population in the cities, we have to adopt to smart technologies to improve the environment and quality of living in the cities. Many technology-driven smart cities are being developed in various parts of the world, and Pakistan is no exception. But the question is, what is a smart city? Smart city has a different concept and definition in different cultures and in different countries. Generally, it is a technology-driven, sustainable, and resident-centric development. At the heart of it, it is supposed to be a happy city and a friendly city. A city where basic needs of residents like safety, security, health, education, jobs, sports, and family entertainment are met at an efficient and affordable cost by leveraging the technologies like the Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, blockchain, fintech, and data management. A true smart city is an inclusive city which does not only cater to the requirement of a high net worth individuals, but also take care of the need of the middle class and less privileged people of the population. Therefore, it is imperative that a smart city must benefit everyone and not only the privileged few. Efficient and affordable facilities are guaranteed to all citizens without any discrimination. So in that sense, smart cities are not purely technology and IT-loaded housing complexes. Instead, there are environment-friendly cities where connectivity at various levels is ensured between citizens, neighborhood, and the administration. The center of gravity of the smart city is the people of the smart city, and technology is there just to support them and ensure affordable, efficient services. Singapore unveiled its Smart City initiative in November 2014. 2 years later, in 2016, a private company in Pakistan announced that it would develop country's first smart city in Islamabad. Success of this project would pave the way for the further smart city projects in Pakistan. Let me tell you the story of the first smart city that is supposed to be built in Islamabad. The vision was very simple and straightforward: to develop Pakistan's first technology-driven, sustainable, green, smart city. But its implementation was anything but simple. Challenges and opportunities. Sustainability, environmental, and technology efficiency were the new concept both for the developer and the regulator. Being the first project of its kind, there were many challenges, not only for us, the developer, but also for the regulator. No roadmap, no blueprint, and no rules and regulation were there to accommodate such new trends and urban development. Though we were determined to learn and adapt to the new concept of smart living, but for the regulator, it was business as usual. Just another housing scheme. The redundant rules and regulation were not always compatible with the new trends, technologies, and the way of living. Above all, the attitude and the bureaucratic mindset at all levels posed major challenge for the developer. The first challenge which we encountered was the selection of site. There were three parameters in front of us. That was the availability of water, which is a lifeline, connectivity, and the availability of land. It was hard to find all three at one place, especially in Islamabad, where on one side you have the Magla Hills, you can't go up on the Magla Hill. The other side is the Rawalpindi, it has sandwiched the Islamabad. And the third side, the Barakahu area, is a big bottleneck. And the only way where you can expand is the new international Islamabad airport, but the irony of fate is there's no water there. It was hard to find all these three components. After 18 months of struggle, site was selected at M2 motorway, Islamabad and Islamabad-Lahore motorway, close to the Islamabad International Airport, with 750 acres of dam, one river, and about 10 small lakes. The next challenge was the designing. The very foundation of a smart city is its futuristic designing and planning. That was one of our major challenges. In Pakistan, there is no dearth of talent, but that, unfortunately, that talent is scattered. And there is no one single platform available where you can get a wholesome solution. It was decided not to reinvent the wheel and look for ready-made, commissioned, and tested solutions across the world. The Singapore-based company, which played a major role in designing Singapore Smart City, was engaged for this project. They took more than a year to complete the urban design of capital smart city, Islamabad. The pandemic then multiplied all the challenges. Lockdowns across the globe forced us to pause and reconfigure our workflows. Timely and efficient communication became nearly impossible. Thanks to Zoom, we were able to expand our team globally, including designers from USA, Europe, South Africa, Singapore, and Australia. The other challenge was a very interesting challenge. That was the bringing those designers to Pakistan. Most of those designers, they had never visited Pakistan before, and it was a very difficult task for us to convince them to come to Pakistan. And, compare their designs with the ground. They had this impression that perhaps Islamabad is like Kabul, Afghanistan. And when we told them that Islamabad and Kabul, they are two different places, then they said, okay, if it is not Kabul, then it must be like Dubai. We said, no, both extremes. We are not Dubai, and we are not Kabul, we are Islamabad. Anyhow, we managed to bring them to Pakistan. They liked Pakistan so much. They liked the hospitality of the people of Pakistan so much. And above all, they loved the Shinwari tikkas. So they have all the praises for Islamabad. Now, almost every month, all of them, We bring them to Pakistan, to Islamabad, and then they compare their designs with the ground. Then the other challenge was the implementation challenge. After designing, the next challenge was to deploy these technologies like IoT, artificial intelligence, blockchain, and other traditional form of data for the provision of efficient and affordable services to the resident of capital smart city, while considering the economic, social, and environment as well as cultural aspects of our country. Implementation was and continue to be a big challenge for us. Information security. Any data that touches the airwaves is susceptible to hacking, jamming, and could land in the wrong hands. Hackers can intrude and disrupt the services and working of the city governments. In third world countries, people are unlikely to trust the city administration with the privacy of their data. But for management, this data plays a crucial role in ensuring timely and efficient services at all levels in the smart city. Let me say a few words about the opportunities as well. The number of youth between the age of 15 to 25 years constitute 18% of the global population, whereas in Pakistan, it is 64% young population under the age of 30 years. Majority of them are using smartphones, internet, and active on the social media. They can read and write English, which is our official language. This was given them the ability to discover and learn about the latest development trends in the rest of the world. Major worries of youth of Pakistan is the unemployment. Recently, last week, you must have seen on the social media or on the other medias that Islamabad police received 141,739 applications against the slot of just 1,967. As you can well imagine, it was like a World Cup happening in Islamabad. The stadium was full of people, you know. So let me tell you what we have planned and is being implemented in capital smart city Islamabad. We have a project inside the city by the name of Silicon Village. Out of one of 27 districts, this spread over 2,400 canals of land. It is going to be largest in Pakistan. It would create more than 250,000 jobs for the computer literate youth and startup companies. It would provide a welcoming space to international technology firms, fintech, banks, and other sustainable investment companies focusing on green initiatives. It would also include a world-class IT university. But remember, the vision is to create the concept of happy living. Our priority areas in capital smart city is, first of all, is the healthcare. We have planned a primary healthcare, the secondary healthcare, the tertiary level healthcare facilities, old age homes, and rehab centers. Many of these facilities has already started coming up on ground. Our primary level health facilities, we have the basic health units are already operating, a laboratory is functional, 50-bedded hospital is under construction, spine and brain surgery hospital, which is going to be inaugurated in March 2023. After 2 months, it is the Harley Street Institute of Spine and Brain Cancer Surgery. Harley Street in London is considered as the Mecca of medicine in Europe. So we are very proud to have them in Pakistan. This is going to be the only sub-specialized hospital in this whole region that include India, Pakistan, Nepal, Bhutan, and Middle East as well. The second priority was given to the education. And then we plan to have the primary education, secondary education, university level education, museums, art galleries, skill centers, and vocational centers. Already we have two schools operational. One school is designed by a famous designer, Zaha Hadid. This school was given to us by Qatar Foundation, and now it is up and running. The second school is also complete in all respect. Two colleges, the boys' college and the girl college, are under construction. University level, we have number of universities coming up in Capital Smart City. That includes National Defense University, that include NAMAL, National University of Technology, and other universities. As far as museum is concerned, Kandahara Arts Center and museum being built in 2023. The design is being developed, and we want to bring Taxla Museum into Islamabad, because Taxla Museum comes in a military area, and foreigners, they face difficulty going to the Taxla because of certain security reasons. The other aspect which is very important for a smart city is the mobility and low carbon emission. To qualify and to get accredited as a smart city, there are certain requirements which has to be fulfilled, and one of them is the green initiative and the low carbon emission. And for that, we have to, and the designer has to design a city in a way where motorized transport is discouraged. So we planned public transport. We have two routes, red route and blue route. On red route, that links Islamabad Smart City with the airport. Already we have two double-decker London type of buses. The blue route buses have already been, the order has already been placed. Then the other very important aspect is the linear parks. This concept is borrowed from Singapore. From the whole city is crisscrossed with the linear parks. So from one end of the city to another end, you can go by walking, you can go by bicycles, and all the basic small little facilities are placed inside the linear parks. Then whole city have the cycle lanes, walkways, and 30% green area is left. Similarly, these sensor-based traffic lights and all that. Another important aspect is the connectivity. For happy living, social connectivity is very important. Uninterrupted cyber connectivity is being ensured in the whole city. Convenient, safe, and secure public places. Already there are many amphitheaters which has already been completed. Community center. We are trying actually to convert our mosque into the community center. So it is not only there to pray 5 times a day, but people come there and then they sort out their other small little social issues and meet each other. Then we are planning to have family club. One is underway, the other one is being designed. Then we have number of parks, planned playgrounds, arenas, cinemas, so that before coming to this hall, I was in a lounge and we were discussing why Noor Jahan is not born anymore in Pakistan, where the Mehdi Hassan has gone, where those famous poet has gone, why this land is becoming so barren, right? And perhaps there is too much suffocation, so we need to open up our society. And we need to give space to our, especially youngsters, to express themselves the way they want to. Then we have planned the smart energy, the green buildings, use of alternate energy, that is the solar and the wind, because we incidentally and luckily our project is located in the wind corridor where, if you go from Lahore to Islamabad, just before entering the Islamabad, you will see signboards on the motorway that is the wind corridor, drive carefully. So that is the place where our smart city is. It's a huge, big city, almost as the size of the Islamabad. The total size of this city is more than 150,000 canals of land. So huge, big project. Then we have the sport district. In sport district, we are planning to have, already we have started developing the ICC standard cricket stadium, football stadium, adventure sports, sport academies, hotels, and professional gymnasium for the players. Since it was our first initiative, first project in Pakistan, so in the beginning we had certain reservation, but now we got so much overwhelming response that smart city concept was so welcoming that we had to initiate another city, that was the Lahore Smart City. So I'm reminded that this time is over. Okay, I'll conclude the successful launch of these two smart cities actually in Islamabad and Lahore will encourage the private sector to take the lead, and many more projects will come up. Use of technology is no more an option, but it is becoming a necessity and compulsion. Only the technology can solve the complex problem we are facing in managing the ever-growing cities. So I would conclude by saying that future of smart cities in Pakistan is very bright. God bless you. Thank you very much. Thank you.